Hello, welcome to the show. Today we are talking about 3 tips that is going to save you time and make you more money when it comes to marketing your business. So this should be a good episode, so stay tuned. So, how you can save time when it comes to marketing your business. Now, the first thing for me about marketing is, as I said in the episode a couple of weeks ago, that it should always be enjoyable. So, I like to make sure that I do something for my marketing that I actually love. And I love showing up on video, as you probably can tell. Like you probably can tell, I love recording podcasts and I love showing up on video. And I do that because it's super easy. It's super easy and it saves me time. I can write quite well as well. I've got an A level in English. I can write. And I enjoy writing. But for me, when it comes to saving time on my marketing, doing videos and recording podcasts is much quicker than me sitting down and typing away. The other reason that I think videos and podcasts and anything like that works really, really well for marketing is it helps people to know you. And we buy from people. We do business with people. People do business with people. We don't do business with robots. You know, it's like if you really want something and you know the person who's behind that, you are more likely to actually work with them, to know what it's like to work with them. And it helps to repel and attract, you know. So I'm sure there's people who listen to me talk and go, oh my gosh, I can't stand her. Right? There's a lot of people that go, oh, she's too much, I can't bear it, I prefer somebody else that's a bit more like me, and that's cool. But there's also people out there who go, do you know what, Jenny's so on my wavelength, she's down to earth, I feel that she's approachable, and that's what they tell me anyway. I hope that's right, that's what everybody says. So people work with me because they feel that they know me. So find the way that's the quickest and the easiest way to create the stuff that you're going to put out there to market. So if you struggle with doing Canva stuff, if you struggle with all the design stuff, find somebody else to do it. Or if you are really, really good at writing, that's cool too. If you're worried about like doing stuff with voice or video, but you know that it would be a quicker way to get your content out there, here is a top tip for you. There is a little app called Otter. Otter.app. It's on the computer. It's also an app on your phone. And with that, you can talk directly into it and it will then transcribe your words into text. So as soon as you get back to the desk, or it will say it's all ready, no, it's ready, and it will already be text. Do read through it though, because I find, especially with my accent, some of the words are a bit strange. It does pick up a few strange things there, but that might be a quicker way to save some time. And we all know time is money on creating content. So you could even talk your social posts. I will often go to Otter and I will record an idea while I'm out doing a walk or something, an idea for a social media post or an idea for a blog post or an idea for one of these episodes. And then I've already got it dictated so I can hear myself back, but I've also got it in text format that I can add then to my notes. So that is the first tip. So create one piece of really good hero content that is what you're going to use. And you could plan that out in advance. Now, me with my videos, because I'm quite lazy and because I am very, very busy and I haven't got time to plan a massive content, all I do is I sit down, and I go, okay, what's my subject? I create 3 points. I know that I need to introduce and I know that I need to do an outro with a call to action, and then I just hit record and I go. And you can probably see that. And these are very, very messy and they're not slick and they're not beautifully produced. And they are just me talking to you live. And one day, hopefully, I'll get a production team that will help me to do these even better for you, and I'll have time to sit down and record them. But for now, that really works for me, and it's useful. Now, another thing that people will often say is that they've got a fear of it not being good enough when it comes to marketing. And I want to dispel that myth for you quickly, because actually sometimes it's the stuff that we thought was really, really rubbish that gets the best response. There are people with awful websites who still make money. There are people who do terrible videos and podcast episodes just like this that are messy and raw and real, and they're not perfect. And actually, people connect with that even more. There are people who send emails with big spelling mistakes and errors in them and it still works to make money. So if you are finding that you've got that procrastination going on because it's got to be perfect, I want you to ask yourself, what if you get it wrong and nobody cares? What if you got it wrong and they still love you anyway? You know, and then just go and do it. Just 3, 2, 1, do it. So that's my first tip. So we create one piece of content, and then I often will split it up into as many little snippets, as many things that I can possibly use. The second tip that is going to save you a lot of money when it comes to marketing and a lot of time when it comes to marketing is automation. What do I mean by automation? I mean adding in those little things that's going to send it out more for you. So there's a great thing on podcast so it happens on your pod if you've got a podcast or if you've got a blog, called an RSS feed. If you've never heard of it, Google it. It's called RSS, and you can find the link to your RSS feed, which means that you could then, this is something that I do, I use Content Studio, I have used Recur Post, and there are other places, but I can never remember the name of the other one because I've never used that one. But you can put your RSS feed into it, and then when you put out a blog post, it'll automatically pull it into your content, into your social media scheduler. You can do that to your email list as well. So you can pull that content straight and add it into wherever you need it to be, so it can go to as many channels as possible. So sometimes if you're on my email list, I try not to do this very often, but sometimes my podcast, I will turn the RSS on and the emails, and then it will send out the latest episode of the podcast to my email list. I don't do it as a regular thing because I don't like people to feel that they're just getting an RSS boring pre-written email from me. I like them to have something that's really good, juicy content that I've created exclusively for my email list. If you're on my email list, you know that you get stuff on there that is nowhere else. So you can pull off the RSS and you can automate some things. Now, I've also got this really cool app for my podcast and my Facebook videos. It's an app. It's not. It's a plugin on my website. I've got a WordPress website, and that will, when I do a live video on Facebook or when I put this video on Facebook, it will pick up that there's a video on there and it will make a blog post straight away for me. I don't have to then do it. Saves me loads of time. And there is lots of different things that you can do, and there's lots of different ways that you can do it. So if you've got a way that you use that works really well, please let me know in the comments and the show notes so that other people can use that as your tip. So automation will save you lots of time. So don't feel that you have to do everything fresh and everything new. The next thing that brings me on to is recycling. Yeah, as I say, many people will say to me, I can't put the same piece of content everywhere. People will see it all and it will be awful and they'll go, oh my gosh, right? Most people who love you won't care. Most people who love you won't care if they see your blog post twice. They're just your raving fans, I hope, and so they won't mind. And the thing when it comes to your content is we often will put it out there and we'll think everybody's seen it because you posted it. They don't. They just don't. Your average Facebook reach is often like something silly, like 5%. So if you've got, like I've got 700 people on my Facebook page. So 5% of 700 is what? 35 people seeing it. It's just ridiculous. So you've done the work. You've done a really good piece of content. You've got a really good post. You've got a really good email. You've got a really good video. You've got whatever. Put it everywhere. Don't just think, oh no, I've posted it to Facebook, I can't post it again. So recycle, reuse, repurpose. You can change it. You can use the same piece of content, but you can maybe cut little bits out of it, make little small videos, make if you've got a blog post, go to Headliner app and create a little video from it. So it's still the same piece of content. It drives people back to that same post, but it's something a little bit different. People genuinely won't mind. And the other thing that's really actually quite important that you recycle and you reuse this content is you need people to know your message. You need people to know your message almost as good as you know it. You need them to be able to tell other people what you do. And the only way they're going to learn what you do and how awesome you are is if you keep telling them and tell them and tell them, and then it goes in by repetition, and then they'll know how to tell other people that you're really good too. So don't be afraid to reuse and recycle. The other thing that I think is really, really key to making more money when it comes and marketing less when it comes to your business is I want you to ask yourself one simple question. What one thing gets the most results quickly for your business? So what one thing in your marketing could you do that if you did nothing else, you would still get clients and you would still get money? What one thing? For me, my one thing is always email. Always email. I love my email list. So I always show up on my email. I might not show up on my Facebook for a week. I might not show up on Instagram for a week every now and then because sometimes we just get really busy. Do you know, life is busy. And yes, I do tell people that you need some rhythm in your marketing. You do need some rhythm. You need to be consistent. You know, it's quite important that you've got that rhythm. But sometimes we fall off the wagon. Sometimes we fall off the horse. Sometimes we're knackered. Sometimes we just can't do it. And you know what? If you get to that stage, don't beat yourself up because nobody is sitting there going, I haven't seen Jenny do a post this week. There might be a few people. And normally when I do that, they're my clients and they're just like, Jenny, just checking in, you're okay. But most people aren't sitting there like going, well, I'm waiting for the post to come. I'm waiting for her to put a post up. And most people aren't doing that. So please don't worry. Please don't beat yourself up on that. So my simple tips for marketing less, making more money is to do one thing, to do it well, to split it out, to reuse, recycle, repeat it. It's okay. The only place that you can't repeat the same thing, I think, at the moment is Twitter. And there you can take that one piece and you'll find if you just have that one piece and then you just write and type out several different posts for it, you can come up with lots all in one go. To do one thing to do well. And here is my bonus tip for you. When it comes to saving money and saving time and making more money when it comes to your marketing, I want you to batch. Now, you've heard about people saying, batch this, batch that. And sometimes you think, oh, but how do I do that? How do I do that? But what I'm saying to you is just block out some time to market once a month. So this video, last week's video, the week before's video, next week's video, and the podcast, and my podcast as well, and my content, I did it all in one afternoon. You'll probably notice that I did it, they're all done one after the other. And the reason I've done that is because your brain struggles to jump between tasks. So if you're going every day, right, marketing, social media posts, then I'm going to do my work, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to, you're actually going to be less efficient. So if you say, right, okay, I'm going to give myself a couple of hours to get my social media posts and my marketing done, and then get it scheduled out. And you can schedule with Facebook. You can go to Creator Studio and you can schedule your Instagram posts and you can schedule your Facebook in advance. It doesn't cost you anything to do it that way. And I know everybody says to you, don't schedule because it spoils your reach and whatever. Right? And I did actually do a test a couple of years ago, you may remember. Sorry, I have been talking a while, so I need a sip of drink. I did do an experiment, and I asked people, I put the same post, one through my scheduler and one natively on the platform, and I asked people to, if they saw it, could they like it, because I was running a test, and whichever one they saw, could they hit like and maybe leave a comment. And actually the result was minimal. The result was really, really minimal. So it didn't make an awful lot of difference then. It could be different now, but I still think you're better to show up and have it scheduled than you are to not. The only thing that I would say is when it comes to scheduling, and especially at times like we're in at the moment with everything that's gone on this year, because as I'm recording this, it's 2020. It's still 2020. And it's been a really rocky year. So sometimes when you pre-scheduled stuff, be aware of what you've scheduled in case you need to pull it and stop it, because something's changed in the world and you go, oh my gosh, I can't say that now. So do be aware of that. But most of the time you are good to go. You're okay to schedule. And the reason that I've scheduled and the reason that I've really batched everything together for a couple of weeks is because we're now into August. So it's summer holidays. I've got to be out doing things. I've got a fence to fix because we've got horses, they like horses trash stuff. So I've got a fence to fix. So I need to help my husband with that. I've also got to go and teach pony club for a couple of weeks, and I need to be focusing on actually serving my clients. And I would much rather be focusing at this time on delivering for my clients when I'm really, really busy when I need to take time off, than thinking, oh gosh, I haven't done a social media post, or I haven't put something out there. And I know if I didn't market through the whole of August, if I didn't do my marketing, that probably I will suffer in September, October, because I'll have to get the momentum back up again. So that would be the reason why I'm doing that. So I hope this has been a really, really useful episode for you. Please do let me know. Send me an email to hello@jennybush.com and let me know. And of course, if you are listening on the podcast, please leave a review. If you enjoy these episodes, if you get value from them, if they help you to think about your business in a different way, please do leave me a review, because I love to read them, and they also help the podcast to get found by other people. And if you're watching this as a video, please do leave a comment and let me know what you thought, because it makes my day. So just a simple recap. Make sure that you automate. Just do one thing, do it well, and split it up. Don't be afraid to show up more than once. And recycle things, because that's how people remember you. I am Jenny Bush. So if you don't know who I am, I help equine entrepreneurs worldwide to harness the power of the internet and to create sustainable businesses as a business mentor and coach. And I help people do that either through one-to-one coaching, through my Nail It Mastermind, where I help people with all the tech stuff, all the mindset demons, all the accountability. We do that every week by meeting up. So if you think you would be interested in joining the Nail It Mastermind, please let me know and I'll share how you can do that. Or you can just go to jennybush.com/nail it and get your name on the waiting list for the next time I open the doors to the mastermind. Or if you'd like to know how to create your business into a sustainable, stable business that doesn't feel like a wild horse, that feels more like a schoolmaster, then have a look at Breaking in Your Equestrian Business, which is my boot camp, which will talk you through all the foundations. So until next week, have a great one, kick on, and I will see you soon. Bye.